Hello, hello. Welcome to a Marketeers Adventures podcast. I'm Elin Colau, your host, and today I welcome Odd Sørensen. Odd is a marketing operations pro, and welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
So tell me a bit about your background and what has brought you to marketing operations.
I've been a technical marketer for 20 years now. It all started back in 2003, I think, while I was working in the B2B part of Norway's biggest phone provider. I then started with a side gig where I actually copied old audio cassettes and VHR tapes to CDs and DVDs. A really small niche, but there was some money in it, so yeah. And by doing so, I very quickly had to set up a website, running Google Analytics and AdWords, and of course doing SEO. And then when I left that company, in 2009 I started working at an agency as a SEO advisor. I did that for about 6 months. Then I did a short stop as a web editor for a huge consultancy in Norway. And then I moved on to another agency where I stayed for a couple of years, where I did project management of CRM, web, and various IT projects. From 2010, I think, to through 2013, I was sending out on average like 1.5 million emails per month. So on behalf of our clients, of course. And I was also managing mobile sites, campaigns, short codes, etc. And then in 2013, I started up at another agency as a tech manager for their ad operations. I did a lot of conversion tracking for mobile and app advertising campaigns. I managed tracking and data collection on all our client sites, along with third-party ad serving, tracking. There's a lot of tracking and stuff here, but it was the wild and glory days long before GDPR and stuff. So we could do almost everything. And I think it was somewhere around 2015 I discovered Scott Brinker. I'm not sure if you know Scott Brinker. He's kind of presented as the godfather of Martech.
Okay, I haven't heard the name.
No, no, it's a niche. So, but I discovered Martech also along with Scott Brinker. Martech is the short version of marketing technology, and of course, I also discovered the term marketing technologist, and I'm like, oh, I fully understood suddenly, how to define my place, my spot, like professionally, because I realized I'm a marketing technologist at heart, at least, like one part marketer and one part tech head. So yeah, so that was quite the epiphany for me, and then I also managed to participate to develop an in-house DMP in that agency, a data management platform, before I switched to the other side of the table in 2017, and I began as a digital marketing specialist at a Norwegian bank. I handled all the technical sides of the bank's marketing activities, etc. In 2019, I started getting really active on LinkedIn. I like broadening my own horizon and my network, and that led me to unlock two major things. Firstly, I got in touch with Frans Riemersma at a Dutch company called Martech Tribe, and I started contributing to the Nordic and European Martech landscapes that he was working on. Like I'm not sure if you've seen all these logo landscapes with a lot of with all the vendors that produce these marketing technology tools and platforms. So it's a huge thing. This year globally, it's like 14,000 logos on that on that landscape. So it's a huge thing. And secondly, I landed my next job as a growth hacker at a Norwegian utility company. This was in 2019, and there I've mostly been, facilitating the implementation of the platforms of marketing automation and product analytics, and also been in charge of running both platforms. I heard about marketing operations for a while already back then, mostly from the US part of my network on LinkedIn. But I hadn't fully connected the dots on what MOPS was all about. But then I think it was around 2022, I discovered what MOPS actually was, and that I had been working in MOPS almost my entire marketing career. Because in short, marketing ops is technical marketing, but with a plan, with a structure, etc. So, it was for a long time there. I've been like, oh, marketing ops, that sounds interesting. Oh, I wish I had that in Norway, right? And then I realized that it's actually what I do. It's just kind of fancy word, kind of, but it's also a lot more to it than just doing all the tasks. So yeah. And then last year I started doing some. Was invited to do some keynotes at various conferences, both in Norway and abroad. So that is something I have really enjoyed. Meeting all these people, industry peers, etc., and talk about my favorite topics. What's not to like about that? It's so inspiring and motivating to it's actually most about talking to all the people in between all the sessions, and all the one-to-one talks and the networking. So yeah. And lastly, this year, as a side gig again, I started playmops.io, or marketing operations playground. Mostly for me to have an outlet where I can share and write about all things mops related. Yeah, so there we have it. That's why I'm in mops, and kind of my 20 years of marketing summarized in 5 minutes or so. So yeah.
Yeah. So marketing ops is kind of creating the systems for marketing to achieve goals. Would you say that's the
Yeah. So to define marketing ops, it's kind of a strategic function within marketing that focuses on improving efficiency, effectiveness, scalability of marketing efforts. And doing that through technology, processes, and data management. You have optimizing workflows and processes, managing, integrating MarTech, analyzing, reporting, ensuring alignment between marketing activities and business objectives, facilitating cross-functional collaboration and communication. So it's kind of, as MOPS acts as a backbone of the modern marketing departments. Yeah, done properly, marketing operations can really drive efficiencies and greater return into the marketing organization. It's a huge step up and forward from just what many companies do today. It's just something they do in the background. Nobody wants to do it, etc. It's boring stuff. And it's just something you need to do, need to have. But before you, if you're not embracing marketing ops, you're not actually seeing the value it can bring. to your business. So yeah.
I haven't seen many companies having marketing ops, maybe the bigger ones, but is it realistic for smaller companies to have a marketing operations person?
Yeah, I would say that, like if you're if you're managing, like when you're in a small company, mobs can be challenging for one person. In larger companies, you'll usually have a team where each person might focus on a specific area like data, tech, or project management. But in smaller companies, you might handle more yourself. And as a result of, you'd have to prioritize most important tasks for your business and make some, really tough decisions, like which task will not be done. So it's always hard to be a team of one, because, and I also see this in some job listings, like they want a digital marketing specialist, and then you read the description of the job listing, and it's like, man, you're wanting a whole team here in one person. Like,
Five different job descriptions in one.
kind of, because you want someone that is like a really good and creative person that knows, like, live in Photoshop or Adobe tools, etc., to make all those creatives, and of course they should be a master of writing copy, and they should have a really tough analytics mindset, like analytical mindset, and like, okay, but that's usually not the same person. You don't find, like, it's hard enough to find people that are passionate about marketing and tech, like good at the technical stuff and also passionate about marketing, and because most people that goes to school and study marketing, they're not into tech that much, right? They love the creatives and all the cool, award-winning campaigns and stuff like that. It's, the delivery of the campaign. It's, and then tracking the results to be able to stand on a podium and receive an award for that campaign. That's the boring stuff, and that's not the same person very often. So when you see people wanting to have this multi-personality person in like one job description, it's, well, sometimes I feel for the person that manages to get the job, because it will be hard. And also in mobs, it's a lot of technical stuff, so it's kind of more of the it's kind of more connected, all the different tasks, but there's so many of them. So you don't have enough time. It's not that you don't have the know-how to do all the various tasks, but you don't actually have the time to do it, because it's just that much if you're gonna do everything properly. It's not an easy task for one person. So you have some tough prioritization to do.
Do you go a bit more into detail on how marketing operations can help with achieving goals?
Yeah. So when let's see, marketing operations is key to helping marketing teams reach the goals and drive revenue. That's kind of like a definition there. But first, we focus on planning, right? We set clear goals and budgets. This to help make sure that our campaigns match the business objectives. And then we use data to make the decisions. we track important metrics and manage customer data, which allows us to optimize the campaigns and show ROI, return of investment, for those wondering. And then we also need to improve the processes and technology, managing our marketing tools and automating tasks. By doing so, we make room for the team to focus on creative work, and like we also need to focus on cross-functional alignment within the company, like working to connect marketing, sales, and other departments. You could say that, but that's nothing new. We've always worked to connect marketing, sales, and other departments, but this is core thing in marketing ops anyway. So, but with a more structure, as I mentioned earlier. And also we analyze the performance regularly, like looking at what works, what doesn't work, to help us improve things continuously. So that is kind of also taking somewhat from the like growth marketing, growth hacking part, always looking at what works, A/B testing, checking what doesn't work, and then kind of refining this week by week, month by month. So I think in short, you can say that marketing operations makes the marketing efforts efficient and focused on results, and that again drives the revenue growth.
Say we have a company that wants to improve their marketing operations. How do you make the switch from doing marketing without the systems to kind of shifting to
like if you're today you're just if you're in a company today that do marketing and you have some systems or tools, platforms, etc., but you want to have it more structured and systemized. Okay, so moving to doing it like in a marketing operations style, it's not complicated, but there are a couple of steps that you need to do. Like running isn't complicated. Running a marathon still can be challenging. And this is kind of the thing with marketing ops, or shifting to marketing ops also. So though challenging, it's not that complicated if you do it the right way. So in order to set realistic goals and create like a roadmap for implementation, we need to start with a clear plan, look at what we're doing now, and look at what where we want to go. Many people do this the wrong way. They start with, oh, that's a cool tool, let's buy that, and then but then you have kind of fenced in your possibilities, fenced in what you're able to do. If you buy things first, and then your strategy is kind of bound to what you have in the tools that you bought. So have the strategy in place first, and then go out and find tools that support that strategy. So, and also for your own business, it's crucial to identify key areas where MOPS can make the biggest impact on the organization, starting with process improvements or data management, as these often give like quick wins and build momentum for further changes. And of course, you need to focus on data. Make sure it's clean and organized, and like good data is key for making the smart decisions. In the world of automation, bad data, like give it time and it will just break everything. Automation on bad data, that's the thing that makes you have to turn it off, actually, because it's So when you have all that, then you can start investing in the right tools. Like choose, as I mentioned, choose technology that fits the strategy, the needs, and your budget. Don't go for the fanciest option or whatever everyone else is getting. You don't know why they have the tools they have. maybe they just bought the fanciest, coolest tool, then you do the same error. And of course, when you have tools, you need training. You need to train your team well. MOPS very often requires new skills. So you need to help your team to learn these skills. Might be workshops or online courses, something else. Just make sure the team gets properly trained on the tools that you're getting or that you have. So like start small and then grow. Build a strong teamwork. Always measure the results, and be patient. Shifting to MOPS, it takes time. Stay focused on the goals and keep moving forward. To be able to do all this, you need to master storytelling in order to get buy-in from the management. Because shifting to MOPS takes time, as I said, you also have to get management to understand that it takes some time. It's not done overnight, etc. So master storytelling is key here, in the sense that you're articulating the value of MOPS in a way that resonates with the decision makers in your company. Also, highlight how MOPS drive efficiency, improve the ROI, ultimately contributes to the company's bottom line. And remember, to get the buy-in, you need to use the real-world examples from your business and also data to support that narrative, making the benefits of MOPS really tangible and compelling to your management. And I think that anyone who follow these steps will be, right on track to make the shift to marketing operations.
In my experience, data has been a huge pain. So do you have any tips on how to clean, how to fix the data so that it's usable? And
Oh, that is really, really an answer that I see very often from MOPS people, which I have to give you now. That is, it depends, because it depends on what your setup is, right? But I think that kind of a common factor is you need to spend time. You need to probably spend some money to clean your data. Like back in, I won't say the year, but back when I started working, it's so long ago. I actually worked for a phone book company, like with all the, now we have like, you can search for a phone number to people online, but back then we had like these huge phone books, and we were migrating to a new system, and I was picked out to we had a team of 5-6 people, and every day for around 3 months we got new lists of customers or people or businesses that we had to look up. We got it on paper, and then we had to look up on the system and correct stuff, and that was actually the data cleaning. We were the data cleaning, like really manual, but they knew back then that they had to get this right before they shifted to the new system. And I think that is kind of the main thing. You need to spend the needed time to fix it. Like if you have a huge database in a CRM tool, or and you see that this field has a lot of holes in it, or missing data, you see data with the wrong data in the field, etc. Well, export the whole pull down, a database out and, take a look at it, and use Excel or a database tool, or, just sort it out, dig down and fix stuff. And
Are there any tools that help you not do it too manually?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of tools that do that. I would recommend going to martechmap.com. There you'll find all the 14,000 tools, and it's categorized, and then you can choose the right category, and then you have like all the different tools to choose from. I don't have any actual recommendations myself, and that kind of speaks to the problem within this, because too few companies spend the time needed and the money needed to fix it. Yeah, but going to martechmap.com, you need to log in to use the database, but it's free, so it's then you can also check out other tools, and it's there's a lot of different ways you can filter the database. There's a lot of AI tools there also.
Great tip, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
How does an average day for a MOPS manager look like?
So I think that the daily life of MOPS managers, might be quite different from another, but I think there's some common traits, and though I can only speak on of my personal experience, I think it would be, or could be, quite representative anyway. I start the day with checking. Okay, so this is this would be my kind of optimal day, right? If I could control everything.
Yep.
I would start the day by checking my key metrics, just to get a quick view of how things are going. Then might review ongoing projects, checking progress on them, identifying any roadblocks. And a big part of the day is often meetings, talking with your team, other departments, external partners, etc. Spending a lot of time on strategy is planning new campaigns, improving current processes. Let's see, data analytics, crucial task, looking at campaign results, finding ways to improve. Also spending a lot of time on tech, either working in our marketing tools, or planning new additions to the tech stack, or even identifying redundant features or tools that makes room for cutting costs, because all of these various tools have like overlapping features, and then you end up, if you're not careful, you end up with paying for much more than you have to, because you have 4 tools covering the same feature, and you don't need that. Training is an important part of, well, not maybe my day, but at least my week. There's always need for both me and the team to learn new skills, tools. Finding the time to do it in a busy workday, never easy. Well, as I mentioned at the start, this an optimal day. The thing is that a daily basis, I deal with unexpected issues. This could be fixing broken processes, handling urgent requests, etc. And many days are kind of just stacked with unexpected issues. It's I think planning your day is a difficult thing, because it's or challenging, because you never know what actually happens when you arrive at work, or when you log on, or even before you log on. Then it's really urgent when you're on your way to work, and you get calls or messages, and this or that. That is the best description I can give. I think it's a very it's a lot of what do you say? Not every day is the same at all. It's not boring at all. It's always new challenges, new stuff. I find it really rewarding.
The question that came to me now is if there's a marketeer who is a bit more technical and they want to maybe go into marketing operations, where would you suggest that they start to get the skills needed?
A good friend of mine had this, every week set aside 30 minutes during the week to learn a new tool. Find a new tool. You don't learn the whole tool in 30 minutes, but learn how or what value the tool can bring. Get acquainted with new tools every week, just to keep yourself updated. That's one thing, but also I've been saying this to people studying marketing, and this is, I think, somewhat overlooked in the education of new marketers. That's actually practitioner. Like if I was in school today and studying marketing, I would go and tell myself as a student, set up a website, right? Use WordPress or use doesn't need either to be on your own domain. It can be on WordPress, an undersite or sub site or sub page on WordPress. But set up a website and start playing with adding Google Analytics. Start adding some content just to play around with that. Make yourself a Google Analytics account, Google AdWords account, Google Ads account. I'm revealing my age. It was Google AdWords in the start, or after they bought what it was called before Google AdWords. I don't remember. But anyway, there's a lot of free tools that are at the center of marketing. Like you can set up a meta business. You can start getting acquainted to all these tools, and MailChimp free version to just test setting up emails, sending out emails to yourself, or just to get a feel, to get some practice. And then there are a lot of communities that you can, like if you go to marketingops.com, that's the biggest marketing ops community at this time, as I know of. They have a huge Slack community. I think there's like 5,000 or maybe closing in on 6,000 members there now, where you can learn a lot. Just listening into all the discussions or reading through all the discussions. It's it's not audio, but and you can ask people there, because ask and people will answer. Then you can just ask which tools, how could I learn more about this tool or that tool, which tool would you recommend, etc. For my it depends where in the world you are. If you're in the US, there's a lot of Marketo and Salesforce and HubSpot. All these are kind of used for marketing automation. If I would suggest one thing, it would be or one tool, it would be kind of tool category, it would be marketing automation, because it's not just email automation or email, but actually marketing automation. So because marketing automation tools, they handle a lot more than just email. You have like you can have pop-ups on your website. You can handle SMS sendouts, push messages on the website or in-app called Intercom. They also have like this chatbot functionality, which you can use to deliver messages, and have like this ticket. People can ask questions, and then you get a ticket system for your support team, etc. So it's it's a lot of a lot more than just email marketing these days. So marketing automation is find tools within that category, get acquainted with them, and try and practice with some of them. Pick the ones that are popular in the area that you want to transition. If you're in US, as I said, find the US most popular tools, or if you're in Europe, UK, Norway, Spain,
Thank you. When we talked, you said that Europe is kind of behind compared to the US. Could you explain that a little bit? And why is that, do you think?
Yeah, so Europe is lagging in marketing operations compared to the US. Like first, there's a maturity gap. In the US, almost all CMOs have a marketing operations function, but that's less common in the Europe. And then you have data challenges. There's a big issue. Like I think it was in 2021. I think also a study by Marketing Tech Lab that stated that like 20, 25, maybe 30% of European CMOs reported to have good usable marketing data. That means like you have 70-ish percent that don't have good usable marketing data. And also it stated that many CMOs had given up on getting all the data in one place. So for me, that's really depressing to read. And though this was in 2021, I'm not certain that it has improved very much the last 3 years. But we also have like these huge hurdles in Europe called GDPR, because it makes using data tricky. Companies must be extra careful with their customer information, and also, in the US you have one language. In Europe we have many languages and cultures, so we have a diversity that is really challenging. It's really hard to have a marketing approach that works everywhere in Europe, as compared to the US, where you can run the same campaign across the whole country. And also, European companies are known to be slower to adopt new tech, including AI and automation tools that are actually key to modern ops. To catch up with the US, I think the European companies need to invest more in marketing ops, invest in better data and better data systems, more training, focus on new technologies. It's a big shift, but it's needed to compete in today's market. So yeah, that's it.
How do you envision the future of marketing operations?
Oh, it's exciting. Well, I'm a marketing ops nerd, so for me it's really exciting, right? So I think we're going to see more user-friendly tools that don't require deep technical skills. More team members can use advanced marketing tech, not just the specialists. It's like it was called a couple of years ago, like the democratization of MarTech. So you're going from the really high paid specialist down to now the like your mother can use the automation tool. Well, not maybe today, but in a couple of years, right? AI is of course going to play a huge role. I'm not saying that just to follow the hype, but AI has been, kind of a hype in many senses. But I've seen firsthand some examples on how AI really can, help within marketing ops. It's already helping with things like personalization, data analysis, etc. But I think that we will probably be able to operate our tools in many cases by chatting with a chatbot instead of doing the tasks ourselves. Like asking the chatbot to first connect the chatbot to a chatbot to let's say your marketing automation platform, etc., and then type in that I want you to create a welcome email based on that template and send that out to all our new B2B customers from the past 7 days. And I want to send it out at 2 p.m. today. And, I've seen some examples like this is kind of starting to happen. And I'm like, wow, that's so cool. So I think we will kind of see this be quite common in marketing ops. Going forward, I think also, AI will be able to handle all the routine tasks entirely, freeing up the ops teams, to focus on strategy and creativity, etc. And also, I believe that we'll see a shift in skills needed for ops. There won't be less work to do because it's even with AI, it won't be like press play to run campaigns, etc. But with AI handling more technical tasks, soft skills like critical thinking, cross-functional collaboration will become even more important than it is today. And of course, bringing AI into the picture, data privacy and ethics, will be huge. As we use more AI, more personal data, marketing ops will need to make sure that we're using these tools responsibly. I believe ops will become much more central to the overall business strategy as marketing becomes even more tech-driven and insights-focused. The marketing ops expertise will be crucial for company-wide decision-making. Yeah, I think that's it.
Exciting.
Yeah, it is. It's it's exciting times ahead.
We live in the future.
Yeah, I think you can say that. So this, but as I said, I've felt like AI has been hyped up a lot. Like, who's not bored with all these really bad AI pictures and stuff, But then again, you see at some levels it kind of makes sense to use it, and it's a great help to use it. I think when it comes to actually doing tasks and giving us a new interface to doing the tasks, it will change a lot in the years to come. So,
What are your next steps, Odd?
oh, good question. Difficult answer. At the moment, it's actually a bit uncertain. Like, I don't know where I will be in 5 years from now. But I do know that I will continue work in marketing ops or with something marketing ops related. I will do my best, to share the knowledge that I have about marketing ops, help others excel at marketing ops, because it's a passion for me. It's always been, whether it will be via LinkedIn, via my own website, from the stage, future employer, or even my own consultancy firm. That's not that important, really. Maybe it will be all of the above. I think, as I mentioned, marketing ops is my passion. It's my professional life and also my hobby. So as long as I can, spend time on marketing ops, I'm happy. On the other side, I also love coaching and kind of mentoring.
Sounds like you can easily combine the two.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's the next step. We'll see. But as for like the foreseeable future, the rest of the year, next year, I think that Playmops, my website, and will be quite central in my activities.
Great. Do you have any last remarks? Anything else you would like to share before we close?
Marketing ops rule. I think we've kind of been through the most central parts of marketing ops, and I think that, okay, so if anyone not doing marketing ops today, right, is watching, listening into this, my firm suggestion for you listening or watching, it would be to start doing it. It's time. It's 2024. It can really help your business, really help your results. It's a no-brainer. Don't waste any more time. Just go out and do it, like Nike said. So yeah, and of course, thank you for having me, Ali. It was a real pleasure.
Thank you for being in the podcast. Get started with marketing operations. It is.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in for this podcast episode. I'm Elin Nicolau, and I'll see you next time.